Hey everyone, it's Miss Karen. I am slightly off guard today. We are working on our letter T. I think we're on letter T. Hang on, let us count. A, B, C, D, E, F. What comes after F? G, H, I, J. Uh-oh, what's next? K? Okay. L, M. What F? N, O, P, Q, R, S. Is it S or is it T? Oh, it is T. T is what we are doing today. So we're working on our letter recognition. We've been going through our alphabet, working through the letters. Today, the letter T. Here comes T up the coconut tree. So I've been working on some really cool crafts, kind of like skipping around with my videoing here. So you're going to have to kind of like watch, okay? Some of my personal favorites, and it was a little bit ago, but find Leo the Lightning Bug, the little book I read. That was fun. I've got some really cool crafts I've been working on, like I made a whale out of a paper plate. I honestly can't remember what I made for T. Maybe I'll think about it. I've made a snake. I have a turtle that I'm going to make. So, make sure, go back through some of these videos. I know some of them kind of like, eh. And some of them it's like, oh, wow, Miss Karen was having a great day. Got a little more enthused or something. So anyway, our letter T. T is for turtle. I think I'm just going to stick with my crayons. It is definitely cold out in my studio today. So our letter T. How do we make a T? T's are super duper easy, okay? So we have our top of the line and the bottom of the line. We just make a straight line, okay? We go past that middle line, and then we cross it at the top. Easy peasy. If we were going to make a lowercase t, we'd come to this middle line, maybe just up a tiny bit above the middle line, okay? And we cross it down below. Easy peasy. So T is for turtle. I'm going to color my turtle here right quick. For some reason, I think he should be a green turtle. Turtles actually come in a lot of different colors. We have a desert tortoise in the state of Nevada. Matter of fact, I think it might be our desert reptile, because turtles are reptiles. Which means they are cold-blooded animals that they rely on the sun to kind of keep themselves warm. And they kind of hibernate a bit in the wintertime. So, T is for turtle. Some of you that have been watching these know we go through, we find our letters, and we have to think about words that start with T as we go through these. Okay, so here's a U. Here's a T. So there's that T for turtle, right? All right, here's an A. Here's another T. How about truck? Okay, T-R-U-C-K. E-N. Oh, look, here's the word tin right here. T-E-N. T-E-N. Haha. Here's a T. About Tyrannosaurus. There's a big word. That's a dinosaur from a long time ago. O-H-Z. Here's a T. What can this T be? How about Tinkerbell? I like T for Tinkerbell. M. Here's another T. What are you guys supposed to be brushing like at night before you go to bed? Those little things, A lot of you have them in the front of your mouth. Your teeth. Yeah. Okay, so teeth begin with the letter T. We want to make sure we brush them at night before we go to bed. B. Here's another T. How about what has been blooming, putting flowers and blossoms, and all the green leaves showed up the last month? Tree. T is for tree. And here's another T. About maybe a tie. Some of you might have a grandpa that likes to wear a tie to church. Or you might have like a dad that's like, has like some sort of like a businessy job and he needs to wear a tie. Or you can also like tie your shoe. Okay. I-L. Oh, here's another T. About time. Oh, yeah, like the clock, goes tick-tock, tick-tock, and it helps us tell the time. T is for time. There's a G and another T. How about Who's got tickle fingers? I'm gonna get you. T is for tickle. Yeah. I like tickles. F. Okay, let's come back down here. Let's just swing back over here to the left. K. J. Y. Oh, here's a T. How about tools? You know, maybe, you know, mom or dad, whoever, you know, in your kitchen, you have that one drawer in your kitchen that always seems to have maybe like a screwdriver or a hammer in it. T is for tools. Oh, here's another T. See, how about, we said truck. What about tank? You know, like if you're in the army, you can be a tank driver. Talk about a specialty job. There's a D, an X, a V, C, W. Oh, and I think that might be our last T. What can this T stand for? How about tomorrow? It's kind of a big word. T is for tomorrow. You know that every day, tomorrow starts at midnight, and it's a perfect day. Okay? And it goes along, and all that tomorrow asks, which then becomes today, is that we learned something from yesterday. There's a quote in there somewhere from John Wayne. Not exactly right, but there is some truth there. Okay, so, oh, here comes one of my favorite things. Oh, what do we have here? We have a color by number, and this one's nice and big. I bet y'all can tell what this is, huh? Yeah, kind of looks like a truck, huh? Maybe a dump truck. So what are our colors today? Okay, we have some numbers going on. Okay, whoever's taking care of you, if you want to find some of these for the kiddos, Google, you know that computer thing? Google color by number, and then be sure you put preschool or kindergarten in. You'll have a whole bunch of these. So gray is number 1. Green is number 2. Orange is number 3. Or like that. 4 is yellow. 5 is blue. Uh-oh, I ran out of fingers. Good thing I have another hand, huh? There's 5 here. 6 is for brown. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Let's jump in with our number 1, which is gray. Okay, so here's a 1. Not sure which end of my pen crayon I'm using. So here's a 1. And we color, you know, we want to try and stay in the lines a little bit. I like these ones. They have really thick lines to stay in between. Because sometimes Miss Karen gets a little crazy. Sometimes not so. But it's really nice when the lines are big like that to kind of help you stay between when you're learning how to color and help you keep them a little bit neater, especially if you're maybe working on something special like last week I think was like Mother's Day, wasn't it? And then in June we have like Father's Day coming up. So sometimes, you know, you want to make something a little special and be a little extra careful when you color a picture to make it a little extra special, nice for like a Mother's Day or Father's Day. Number 2 is green. There's green. Okay. So hopefully, you know, if paying attention, you guys aren't even realizing this. You've been learning your colors with these color by numbers. Okay, you don't think about it, you know, just watching me, but we're learning to count as we use our numbers. And like, here's green. Well, maybe yesterday you didn't know what color green was. Today you do. So see, it's important to do some of these really kind of simple, basic, kind of, you know, color by number, letter by number activities, because they're teaching you things that you don't even realize you're learning by doing, because, you know, somebody tells you that, hey, this is green. You know, you didn't know this was green, and now you do. And now we're using this. We're showing you what the green looks like on a piece of paper. And because we counted our numbers, in this case, 2, see? Yeah, see, first you knew this was 1, and now you know this is 2 fingers, okay? See, you've already learned 2 things here. And you might have already known that this was a truck. But see, we're going to color it so it's even going to look more like a truck here as we get done. So, Really important, these color by numbers. So a lot of people might think that, you know, kind of silly. Number 3, orange. Kind of silly to spend so much time doing these color by numbers or connect the dots or letter by number, color by letter. 3, 3, 3, 3. There, I think I got them all. But this also helps you learn how to hold your crayon or your pencil, which gets to be really important about time you're 4 or 5 years old and start to make, you know, those letters we've been practicing. Those letters start becoming words, and your words start becoming sentences. And then we start, oh, I'm a big kid now. Okay, and also this coloring, you learn different techniques. So as you saw, you know, I kind of like made some up and down lines. You know, some of you may color like that. You know, if you color kind of flatter, you can see that the color goes on the page faster. It's teaching your brain things that you don't realize until after you've done it a time or two and go, oh yeah, if I hold the crayon flat, it colors one way. If I hold it upright, it colors another way. I gotta put some more color on my crayons. Just like my pencils that are getting pretty small with all this kind of online video teaching I've been trying to help you guys with. Crayons are getting kind of small too. You know what? It's my floor. Okay, so 4 is yellow. Sorry, all these are 4s up here. And if you watched on the, what are we doing? T, what comes before T? P, Q, R, S. I believe on letter S, or maybe it was just a separate writing set. I think it was. I think it was learning how to write our letters E, F, G, and H. And numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. I showed you the different kind of 4s. So see how that 4 kind of goes up and it makes like a little triangle? Okay, that's one way to see a 4. I'm going to flip this real quick. Teachable moment. Most of your 4s are like that. But sometimes, you know, and a 4 like that is really just an upside down H. But sometimes you get so many numbers and letters together, they get confusing. So you may also see a 4 that looks like that. That does not look like any letter in our alphabet. This, if it got sloppy, or if you're kind of, you know, writing, you know, kind of swirly-ish, and it kind of connects a little, your 4 can start looking like a 9. Okay? So just so you know, 2 common ways to see a number 4. And as you learn to start writing, and you start getting better, neatness does count. You know, you want people to be able to read what it is that you're writing. See, number 5. How many fingers do I have? Come on, count them. I can't hear you. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. 5, 5, 5, 5. You know, neatness does count. You know, maybe you getting to be a bigger kid and can start, you know, putting some simple, you know, words together to make simple sentences. You know, this happens long about kindergarten. You know, 5 years old. And I know some of you, I mean, you got some 3-year-olds inching around out there and a couple 4-year-olds, you know. I know there's some 5-year-olds, but you get where you can start connecting these words and making sentences. Maybe, like, mom or somebody was going to the store and you wanted to write them a note because maybe you wanted a bowl of cereal this morning and there was no milk. Okay, so you can write, Mom, get milk. And maybe draw a cute little happy face with it. Well, you want to make sure that when you write, Mom, get milk, that she can actually read what it is that you're writing her that little note to remember. Okay, so that's why neatness does count when we start, you know, putting some of our letters together and making our words. Because someone else is going to read what it is that we wrote. And if they can't read what we wrote, then what's the point, right? And maybe you're even older. Maybe you're like starting, you know, a teenager, okay? And you're starting to, you know, like boyfriend, girlfriend time, you know, maybe like 15, 16 years old. And you want to write a cute poem, maybe to someone that you think is cute, or an invitation to, you know, maybe like a dance or something. You know, you want to make sure that you're using your best writing, because that's a reflection of who you are. Okay, our last color is brown. Brown, brown, brown. Where is my brown? There's brown. I think I got tan. Tan would work. Brown. Yeah. Peel off another little piece. Okay, so brown is number 6, which is our tires. Oh, surprised the tires weren't black. Maybe these are muddy tires, because, you know, that does look like a load of maybe sand or dirt or something. So maybe that's why the tires are brown. I like it. Kind of works. Yeah. In Nevada, a lot of people drive around with muddy tires. So especially you start getting out of the city and in the farmland. And I don't know about you, but like the last day or two, you know, when I'm doing these, it's actually decided to make a little bit of rain. So I have some muddy spots in my yard. So there we go. There is a truck. So T is for truck. Okay, what else we got? Oh, some number time. And we're going to build on this a little bit. Okay, so let's get our number line. I actually made one of these. Okay, so here, let's ignore some of these numbers, because we only go up to like the letter 7. Okay, so our numbers. Okay, so this is what would be like a number line. Okay, you start going into school, teachers usually have a number line that goes up to like 20 in their classroom. Okay, so we have a 0, but we often don't think of 0 as a number, but 0 is very important. You think it's nothing, right? But when you put a 1 in front of the 0, now it's 10. And guess what? If you put a 2 in front of that 0, it's 20. What do you think if you put a 3 in front of the 0? It's 30. What about a 4 in front of a 0? 40. So you see how those numbers go up? So our number line, okay, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, as you're learning numbers, you know, sometimes you might have a worksheet that has like a missing number, and that's what this one we're going to count the number in the pictures. But a lot of times you like to have worksheets that have like missing numbers. So there might be like 3 and then a box and 5. Let me get a different crayon. That doesn't show up very well. Where's my black? Is that black? That's not black. I lost black. There. That better? Okay. So 3. There's my number line. And a number and 5. Okay. So what comes next? Okay. So if you're just learning some numbers, I mean, they can be confusing until you get them straightened out in your head. You can always look at your number line and see that, oh, 3's here, and there's the 5. What's in the middle? Yeah, 4. So you'd put a 4 in there. Okay. Let's do another 1 or 2 of these. Okay. So let's do. Oops, me bad. Okay, so now we have a 5, a number, I don't know what it is yet, and 7. So let's look at our number line up here. Okay, there's 4, there's 5, a number, and a 7. What's in the middle of the 5 and the 7? What's that number? Because that's what matches down here. It's this one. Yeah, it's a 6. Okay, let's do one more. How about an 8, and then something in the middle, and then, oh, there would be a 0 on the end, but guess what? It's got a 1 in front of it, so it becomes 10. So put our number line, okay? What do we have? Here's our 8, and there's our 10. What number's in the middle? Right there. Number 9. Yeah. So we put number 9. 8, 9, 10. See how easy that is? So that's how number lines can be really useful. Now we're going to count our numbers now that we've counted them a time or two. And we are going to look. Oh, got to put my name on the page. I'm Miss Karen. We always put our name on the page so that way the teachers know who did the work so they can put the right star in their little book. Okay, so these, okay, we have groups here. So it looks like we have maybe some pineapples and some strawberries and maybe a pumpkin and a mushroom. Okay, we have to count these in each group and we have to circle the right number. Okay, and then we can color them. Yay. Okay, so how many pineapples do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pineapples? Okay, so we circle the number 4. And let's give our pineapples a little bit of color here. Just make a quick yellow on them. Okay, now what do we have? Our strawberries. Okay, so how many strawberries do we have? Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, or like this, maybe 3, 4, 5. So we circle the number 5. Okay, let's color our strawberries real quick. These actually look pretty good. Now I could have like it's called a fruit salad. It's where you put like strawberries and grape, some little cut up pineapple in it, put a little bit of whipped cream and you stir it up. Really, really good. Alright, what's next? We have a pumpkin. A pumpkin. Not some pumpkins, we have a pumpkin. So, a pumpkin means we have how many? 1. Yeah, 1. This is easy. Now, if there was more than 1 pumpkin, we could say we had some pumpkins. Okay, but we only have 1 pumpkin. Okay, and then last, how many mushrooms do we have? So we have this, here we had a pumpkin, and here we have some mushrooms. Actually, we have a couple mushrooms. Okay, so how many is this? This is 1, 2. So 2 is a couple. So when someone tells you, hey, go get me a couple spoons, how many would you bring? You would bring 2. Okay, if someone says, can you go get me a spoon, please? A spoon. How many spoons would you get? If someone says, can you get me a spoon? You get 1 spoon. Now, what if someone says, can you go get me a few spoons? Well, it's not a spoon. You know, like A is 1. Okay. It's not a couple. A couple is 2. We want some spoons. So that could be like 3 or 4. And some can also be like a few. A few usually means 3 or 4. Okay, so 1 is a, 2 would be a couple, 3 could be a few, or some. Okay, alright, so there's some numbers, and I think that's it for this group. So this is letter T, part 1. You guys have been watching me know I do 2 parts of these. So stick around and wait for part 2 of letter T. All right, now why don't you go grab a juice bar or something.